third down and about 4.
Let's go, fellas. Welcome, man. Welcome, man.
Last third down, we saw Logan Feigl to his tight end target, Gavin Harris. I'm expecting Propel to be his option here. One-on-one opportunity up top with Cody Hood. Might be an opportunity to pick up some short yardage. Try to get that first down.
5 throws, passes caught. Going to be close to line to gain. TK King made the catch. Got stopped around the 48.5-yard line. Needed to get to the 49.
Let's see.
Redmond out there in coverage.
Here we go.
They've already gone for it on 4th and about the same situation here, less than a yard. Tried to throw for it. The team that averages just 69 yards a game on the ground. That's 134 out of 136.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I don't know if running the middle of the defense will be the best kind of
Carrier short at the line of game. The previous play is under further review.
They're going to check the spot on this. Tony Sanchez trying to get every inch he can.
He was very adamant. He believed that TK King, the runner, was able to cover up and pick up that first down before he was knocked out of bounds.
Tony Sanchez, of course, coached UNLV for a number of years. He was on the New Mexico State staff. In New Mexico State at Diego Pavia, coaching receivers, and then was elevated to the head job a couple of years ago. Well, what do you think? Is there enough there to show you?
I don't think that was down there.
Did make the line again.
All over that from the moment it happened.
That's crazy. He's on the opposite side of the field.
You know, we want to simply go to that. You're definitely. What do you say?
God, boy, that dog chicken is off the chain, dude. Damn.
To 7 different receivers.
Thank you.
Distributing the ball, getting the ball out quickly. That has to be the key. Don't let the Tennessee mistakes get wrong.
Middle, PJ Johnson.
A little bit high. He brings that ball down. PJ Johnson might have an opportunity to be able to still run with it, turn time and coverage, but the ball was where it needed to go. Just bring it down some, give your receiver a chance.
2nd down and 10. Handoff right side. Callaway has some room to run. He's close to the 40-yard line. Andre Turrentine pushes him out of bounds, but that'll be a gain of 11 and another first down for New Mexico State.
Get the young balance look all the way to the left, and it was the matchup that New Mexico State was looking for. You get one-on-one with the safety, and Callaway makes Turrentine miss to pick up the first down. And you see the Aggies finding a little swagger on this drive, creating opportunities with one-on-one with the back end. And the Aggies have won a couple of those matchups already.
Callaway, of course, out of State of Mississippi. He came out of high school. He's considered the second best player in that state, a 4-star running back. Their spot has some room to run. Boy, it looked like he just kept going straight. They picked up the first down. Instead, he kicks it to the outside right into number 4, Ty Redmond.
Yeah, he probably thought a little too hard about where he should have been in that decision. And instead of getting some good positive yardage, he minimized that game. It's only for a pickup of 1, and Ty Redmond showcases he's a do-it-all type of corner right now, being able to get interceptions and now in on tackles.
Gains a yard, 2nd down and 9. Callaway stays in the game at running back. They're going to swing it out here to TK King, and he is hit and dropped. He'll lose another yard or 2 in the process. There's the freshman, Pilates, the major club, the extra out of Beaufort, Georgia.
Pilates is that typical Will linebacker, 210 pounds, sitting at 6'4", can run with the best of them. He showcases that as he's running with a slot receiver. See him a lot on third downs, like in this package, and expect him to be matched up and ready to go if he's not rushing after the passer.
Isaiah Robinson, then a running back. Three receivers to the far side, stacked in the hash marks. Looking near side now. Back shoulder throw, and that one's
Boy, that was almost picked off there.
Donovan Papel. By Redmond out there of coverage. It will be 4th down and 11, and here comes the Aggie team.
Redmond's playing some really good football right now. As Fife tries to hit the back shoulder to Papel, he's covered all the way, and Redmond showcases he got him strapped in right now, the way that he's playing.
Vaughn Morris stands at the 15-yard line. That will be down at the 1-yard line. Charles able to scoop that one up before it trickled into the checkerboard end zone. So Tennessee will be backed up right at the 1-yard line. Let's go down to Morgan.
The wind's really picking up down here in the special teams unit for New Mexico State ahead of that last plunge. They were really practicing here on the sideline. Something to watch for. They could play into special teams.
I'm about to say, what the hell is that?
Yeah, well, the kicker, Ryan Hawk, is injured.
What the hell that was? That was some big old odds there.
Parker is their 27-year-old freshman from Australia who is handling the kicking duties today. Coach Sanchez saying that his range right around that 45 max and into the wind, obviously will be punting it. In those long field goal situations. They'll go with Peyton Lewis there. Henry Davis, the third, steps into the hole, make a play defensively, but maybe second down coming up for Tennessee.
I expect Tennessee to try to create some space going downfield here, try to get out of the shadows of their end zone.
Lewis.
Big run here.
Right between the guards. Picks up the first down.
Yeah, running the ball works too.
Look into the outside. Braylon Staley. He was knocked out of bounds.
So you got one-on-one cushion. The DBs are giving Staley. Take that all day.
What the hell?
Another quick throw to the outside. Staley with another first down. That'll be the final play of the first quarter. So a couple of receptions by Staley, and the Volunteers have moved out from the shadows of their goalpost. It is the 101st edition of homecoming for the Tennessee Volunteers. A couple of touchdowns to put them out in front, 14-0 in the first ever meeting with New Mexico State.
When you head to the Smoky Mountains, it's only natural to visit Sevierville.
Even we had to check it out.
We've been here our whole lives.
Experience the adventure of a lifetime.
I'm king of the world.
Even you can get a love view of the Smokies.
You're going down, Billy.
Your smokers start here.
Football gave me confidence. It gave me my best friend. A team that counted on me every time. A place where I could just have fun. And a chance to get better at everything. I learned how to lead, how to show up every single day. How to play for something bigger than just me. Ready to play? Your team's already waiting. Go to futuresforfootball.com to find the league today.
So I got this friend that said he used to be on T-Mobile, but their network kind of sucked. His words.
A lot of things used to suck, like cell phones the size of President Lasagna. But things changed. Now T-Mobile has the best network by like a lot. But I'm just another guy in an ad saying the same thing, only first and true. Check out T-Mobile
and experience what it means to have America's best network. Hey, dude, you won't believe where I am.
At IHG Hotels and Resorts, you can simply arrive or make an entrance. Stick to the agenda or experience something unexpected. With IHG's 20 hotel brands, you can guest how you guest.
What powers her? Her team, her family, her fans, her food. At Sprouts, we're on a mission to power women on and off the field. We nourish strength. We feed ambition. We fuel women's health on all journeys, whether she's bringing home a win or winning at dinner. Sprouts is powering greatness.
I checked Allstate first and saved hundreds on my car insurance. Unfortunately, I didn't check if I unlatched Vito's gate while taking a selfie.
No, come back!
Checking Allstate first was really smart. Not checking Vito's gate, though, not smart. But at least I checked Allstate first and saved hundreds.
When you think work, you think boots. You think boots, you think heavy equipment. Heavy equipment makes you think welding and hammering without burning and smashing, which means you're back to thinking work. And when you think work, you're thinking Ariat.
SEC Network, your home for SEC men's basketball.
Back here in Knoxville with New Mexico State head coach Tony Sanchez. Coach, how do you get to stop and slow down this Tennessee offense right here?
First of all, we got to start executing our drives on offense. We moved the ball on them well, didn't get the one fourth down, and then we had the turnover, right? Defensively, we just can't give up catastrophics. I mean, they're choking us a little bit. We got to keep it in front of us. We can't give up the big plays.
Thank you, Coach.
Thanks.
Everybody said that we can't give up the big plays to Tennessee, but that's what they do. I mean, they're going to get you.
That's what they're known for, and that's how they are, the team that they are, leading the country in total yards per game.
Aguilar steps up. It's Chris Bradshaw.
You can see the soft coverage up the catastrophic type of plays. That's why you see the DBs playing further back and giving that big cushion outside.
And off goes to Peyton Lewis, the sophomore, Salem, Virginia. Let's see Star Thomas today as well. The three-headed monster back there. Of course, Bishop is the main guy. Again, handed off to Peyton Lewis.
Yep.
Already thinking about Thanksgiving.
How about that? Would you eat a turkey that looked like that?
No thank you. No, thank you. Third down and a couple. Yeah, it's Lewis working that left side, and they're going to spot it right about the 32, and
First down,
we're going to give them the first down.
It's your play action shot to the end zone here. They've been able to run it effectively with Peyton Lewis throughout it. I expect them to go downfield on one of these next ensuing plays to try to take a shot in the end zone.
They just inserted Star Thomas into the backfield. Spent a couple of seasons at New Mexico State. Star 80 carries, 428 yards on the season. Averaging about 5.5 yards per carry. We'll give it to him here on first down.
Man, they shouldn't be running a whole lot more than usual.
Snegoki with his 18th stop of the year, the anchor of that defensive line.
He also has the best name I've ever heard.
Snegoki?
Yeah, I love it.
Aguilar being chased down, throws it.
Oh, good pass. Wow. Yo, that was insane, dude.
First down, but it was Colt Snegoki that almost had the sack.
had a hand right on Joey Aguilar, but this is the type of player Joey Aguilar is. He empathizes and creates what an incredible throw with the guy needed on his shoulder pad.
There goes Thomas off the left side. He'll get it down to 15. Nathan Mitchell makes the tackle, but not before.
Oh, boy. I'm gonna watch out till the game go off. Damn.
This drive, 12 plays, 84 yards. It's taken over 4.5 minutes off the clock. It was a punt that was down at the 1 yard line.
Touchdown. Yo. Yes, sir. Yeah, this thing got ugly early.
Running backs obviously played their part on that drive, and what a strike to Braylon Staley.
Fort Actors up and good. It's 21-0 now. A 13-play, 99 yards. The last time they had a 99-yard drive was in 2022 against Florida. The Vols won that game 38-33.
How much sweat are you willing to lose?
Wow. At least you did win that game. Shit won by the skin of their teeth.
Generation after generation. You can compete against anything. So how much are you willing to lose? That's how you know.
Shoot, I don't. Rebecca was putting us good numbers. Look at that. Damn.
Paradise doesn't always have palm trees. Corona, La Playa awaits.
The FCC and FCC Network thank our official corporate sponsors for their continued support of our student athletes during every championship season.
It might take an unexpected turn, but work must go on. Being prepared makes all the difference. 4 Patriots gives you backup power where it matters most. Solar generators that are lightweight, portable, and built tough enough to go wherever the job takes you. Go to 4patriots.com.
I had a great idea for a t-shirt, but didn't know how to actually make it real. Then DTF from Ninja Transfers are for you. Ninja Transfers helps you print on virtually any apparel with direct-to-film transfers.
Ninja Transfers are so easy to learn, you'll be a master in no time. Plus, Ninja Transfers can be applied to many types of apparel, including shirts, hoodies, hats, bags, and more. Any product, any color, any material. We make it so easy with 3 simple steps. Place, press, feel. It even works with an iron. Visit NinjaTransfers.com.
Joey Aguilar with a touchdown pass, 9 of 11 for 126. Coming up at 7:45 Eastern on the FCC Network, Missouri hosts Mississippi State. The final game of our triple header is also available on the all-new ESPN app, so you can watch anywhere you might be. Did we see a couple of freshman quarterbacks going at it in that game tonight?
Yeah, it'll be an interesting matchup, too.
Kick will say we get the checkerboard. Let's go back to that touchdown for a moment.
Yeah, it's almost the exact same formation that they hit. Staley is in a slot. Last time he ran a sit route, the safety stayed on the hash to be able to defend it. Now he runs the slip route. Safety goes all the way outside. Braylon Staley and Joey Aguilar does the rest. And how about the one-handed snag by Braylon Staley to cap off that 99-yard drive?
New Mexico State will start at the 25. They picked up 105 yards of offense, 82 through the air, 23 on the ground. He's on steady. They'll start this drive in the backfield to the left of Logan Fife. Fife for a throw. And it will come this way to State. Just popped out of bounds. Right at the 35 by Colton Hood. And that'll be a first down for the Aggies.
Again, that's where New Mexico State has to stay, getting the ball out, especially with their backs in space. Stanley does a good job of catching it, turning upfield, picking up a first down. But try to get Tennessee in space. Tackling in space is where Tennessee has struggled this season.
Loose football, 5 will fall on it. That'll be a loss of 6.
Yeah, he never got control of it as he's trying to present the ball for the exchange. He just loses it. And for his sake, they could land right on top of it before any greater damage was done to the offense.
5 at Montana last year, 63% completion rate, 1,900 yards, 14 touchdowns. Swings this one out to the outside. Stanley still on his feet, finally stopped at the 33-yard line. During time, Bolt there for Tennessee. Third down, and about 3 coming up.
Tennessee sink back and try to apply pressure with their defensive front and alignment. This is not the time for Logan Fife to sit in the pocket too long. He still has to be smart with his decisions and get the ball out fairly quickly before the rush gets on.
Five backpedals, and it's 5 that drop. Dominic Bailey
4-0.
there for Tennessee.
He lost the ball as well. It appears he may have landed on the But Dominic Bailey, one-on-one, does the inside rip move and able to split for both of the linemen, causes the forced fumble. Almost able to land on top of it. Logan Fife right there just in the nick of time. But that off it. Quick ability to be able to shed 2 defenders shows you that explosive nature of Dominic Bailey in this Tennessee defense.
DeJuan Morris lets that one bounce and takes a favorable Aggie roll to the 32-yard line, a 54-yard punt. 21-0 Tennessee.
I get chills when we call one of these games.
Right there. SEC champions.
Hey, Dad. That kind of looks like your car.
Wait a minute. That is our car.
Honey, we're good. That's why we chose auto owners. We work with our agent to get the right coverage so that when the unexpected happens, we know we're covered.
Huh. This would make sense.
Ask your independent agent if auto
This will be
owners
a
make
insurance
sense for you.
sponsor there.
Looks like I'll be taking you to work tomorrow.
At AT&T, we guarantee our network. So
Yeah,
your
insurance
team
used to race. He used to have a sponsor on this
Oh,
car.
what's your
Back
projection?
in his
Are
Gibbs.
we surpassing conference expectations?
I'm at the 20-yard line.
So they're in the red?
Go for a four. That is so good.
Let's go! Great fourth quarter.
That's why in the rare event of a network outage, you'll automatically get bill credit for a full day service. That's all part of the AT&T guarantee.
Extra. It changes the energy on the field and off. It changes the expectations. It changes the game. At Regions, we celebrate the extra that makes the SEC the definition of excellence, while our team goes the extra mile so your financial wins keep coming too. Extra changes everything. And Extra is our ordinary at Regions, official bank of the SEC.
Bond-Dow is the #1 premium denim company in comfort and style. Their jeans have dynamic stretch technology to provide absolute flexibility. They're probably the most comfortable jeans you'll ever wear. Head on over to Montendao.com for the perfect balance of fit, style, and comfort.
Here in Knoxville, it has been all Joey Aguilar and the Tennessee Volunteers. Since that interception, he has been spot on the money, getting it to all of his receivers, showcasing his dynamic ability and athletic ability to be able to run the rock. And then whenever the defense is still draped and swarmed up on him, he's been able to make plays and be that Superman for this offense and put the dagger by being able to finish that 99-yard drive to Braylon Staley into the end zone.
And then one interception. Jamal Thompson, the defensive end, wrestled away from Miles Kitson, the tight end. Sean Bishop kicks it to the outside, and he'll have a first down after the 44-yard line. He picks up 12 more.
The run game's looking a lot better than the last couple of times they've been able to play.
Aguilar, then as he throws, that one is intercepted on the back end by Burnock.
God, dude. No way.
He had a couple of interceptions in their last game against Kennesaw State.
Yeah, that was uncharacteristic throw there, bro.
He's the best defensive lineman for this New Mexico State Aggies team. He's able to apply pressure. The ball is thrown inaccurately because of the pressure. One of the ball hawks for this defense is able to make that Tennessee offense pay in a big way, and that's the 14th interception for this New Mexico State football team.
I mean, their turnovers have been remarkable this year. They came in as just one of 6 FBS teams to have forced at least 20 turnovers.
No.
They're the only one of those 6 teams to have a losing record. And off goes to Callaway by Dominic Bailey. In June. Aggie down. Looks like Darius Callaway.
Like he landed awkwardly.
Well, they attend to a graduate. We will step aside for a moment.
No.
For 5-star backyards, Yellowwood brand pressure treated pine. If it doesn't have this yellow tag, you don't want it.
The primary lesson I learned all my years of football about teamwork. That is something that really been important to me.
It brings people together. For those of us who chose to play, it's community right there. Football's given me a platform. Football's allowed me to compete at a high level. I think it gives you a great escape to go out there and compete and just do what you love.
Football teaches you how to deal with pressure, but the most important thing that football teaches you is how to get up once you get knocked down.
Let's go, bud. Hurry up. Come on. I'm a baseball dad. Just because I didn't go pro doesn't mean my kid won't. See that. No pressure, kid. Just everyone watch.
Coach says it doesn't matter if you win or lose the game, but that's what losers say.
You gotta swim those hips, right? And you gotta swing. 4! And if you don't have the right insurance, you can be paid for this yourself.
Nice.
So get Allstate, save money, and be protected from mayhem. Yeah, like me.
Frank, this stadium control room is so awesome. Want to see something really cool? Yes, I do. Whoa, it's beautiful. Look, goosebumps. I didn't think that was possible for a chicken. Why not? Because you're not a goose. Are you a goose, Frank? No. Can you get goosebumps? Yes. And that makes sense. How? I see your point. Yeah.
Sanderson Farms, official chicken of the SEC.
Your ED could be in your head, but for too long, generic ED meds have just been focused on half the problem, giving no thought to the spark in your brain that sets things in motion. That's why we made Rougiette Ready, an ED med made to work on both brain and body. It's formulated to optimize your body's natural response and dissolves under your tongue, so you're ready fast, so you can finally get out of your head and get ready.
We love it here. SEC Network.
Want to salute to our service members before the game today. A couple of F-35s buzzing the tower here at Neyland Stadium and honoring those pilots just a moment ago. Big Tennessee fans in their own rights. A lot of military members here today in Tennessee busting out these special uniforms. They call them the Volunteer Spirit Smoky Gray Series uniforms. They've got some kind of combination, and they have this salute to service every year. TK Key with that reception.
I like what Coach Yost did there, the offensive coordinator for New Mexico State, getting Logan Fife a half rollout to be able to move the pocket, give him a new launch point. TK King and that connection between Logan Fife was spot on that last play.
Ooh! Whew. Boy, that was almost a turnover there.
Being able to bat that down, that for sure would have been a turnover. You see pressure up front by Dominic Bailey. He's having a great game.
Dang, Big Man sort of snatched that down. He was right in front of it, too.
Bryson Eason is the one that tips the ball there.
Boy, he got lucky.
Tennessee defenders looking to create a turnover.
On second down, they'll run it left side, and Staley hit by Andre Turrentine from slashing in. That'll be a loss of 2. By the way, Kadarius Callaway got up under his own power shortly after we went to commercial. Hopefully he will be all right. It'll be third down and a dozen now.
Last third and long, we saw Tennessee bring some pressure. Dominic Bailey was able to get one-on-one split defenders. We'll see if that's the recipe for Tim Banks again, trying to create those isolated matchups up front.
5. Pocket collapse. He throws. They're going to say he was outside the tackle box. It did get past the line of scrimmage, but David Hobbs was chasing him down. They're going to check to make sure that that was not grounded.
And you get the TE twist up front. David Hobbs comes free late. Logan Fife just has to get rid of it. And officials believe he was outside of the tackle box, and it did pass the line of scrimmage, like Dave said. That brings up 4th and 12 after that incompletion.
So here comes Max Dean to punt it away. His last punt went 54 yards, and that was a career long for Max. And over it, kick for a catch by Morris, and he will make it at the 12-yard line. 6:47 to go here before halftime. Ball's up on 3 touchdowns. Well, here's our SEC Network Fall Football weekday lineup for Monday reactions to Friday previews. We have you covered throughout the season, every show. Also available streaming on the all-new ESPN app. Something for everybody. Logan Fife over there, trying to break things down. He's 13-21 for 108 yards, does have 1 interception. Crowd knew Papa as well. And off goes to Bishop. Boy, he's so elusive. Able to trip him up.
The change of direction is really good. Being able to run counter. He's able to read the block by Kitzelman and then get inside of the A-gap. Pick up out of the yard.
That time, not able to shake some Aggie defenders and Get it back to the line of scrimmage. So Dayu able to make that play. Third down.
Here's your go-to guy. Haven't seen Chris Brazel get some opportunities lately. It's just where he goes.
Aguilar flushed out of that pocket on the run, and he'll be dropped. Back at the 18-yard line. It'll be fourth down. Torrey Gathers not letting Aguilar out of his sights.
Yeah, Torrey Gathers just playing ball. Thought Aguilar had Mike Matthews coming across. He's not able to see him in time. And then Gathers, just being a spy, is able to find a way to trip up Aguilar and force this fourth down.
Jackson Ross. DJ King back to return this Jackson Ross punt. Line drive. The kick called for and taken by King. So the Aggies get the stop they were looking for. Have 5:10 on the clock. All 3 of the timeouts remaining. This is a team that's coming off a disappointing loss. They trailed Kennesaw State 24-0 last week. Rallied to make it a game. Had a chance late, but just couldn't pull it off and ended up losing 24-21. They have lost 4 straight games after starting the year with a couple of wins. And they have been in numerous one-score games all year. It's been a frustrating. We saw it in the postgame last week with Tony Sanchez. You could just say it was just building and building and building, and knowing how close they were on a few of those games.
Yeah, and that's the difference between the good teams and the great teams and the ones that are still struggling, being able to close out close games. And that's the difference in the season.
Don't have to ask Tennessee.
They know his way.
David Hobbs making the play on Stanley. It's been amazing in the Southeastern Conference this year. The competitive games from top to bottom. Like, you go to an SEC game matchup, you feel like you're going to get your money's worth this year.
Absolutely. And it doesn't matter who's playing, whether it's Kentucky, whether it's South Carolina. Doesn't matter. You got to show up and execute.
And off right side, there's Dijon Stanley. Hobbs there. Boy, talk about a heartbreaker. I don't know that there's been a more painful loss this year than what South Carolina endured today in College Station, up 30-3 at the half.
Yeah, that first half was probably the best we've seen South Carolina play this season. And to lose it in dramatic fashion the way they did, especially in the fourth quarter. Man, but that's SEC for you, right? One of the bottom teams in the conference, still taking one of the top teams all the way to the wire.
Ball's bringing 5. They get the pass away. Runnison. David Hobbs came flying in there, and Hobbs is not a little guy by any stretch. That's 6'4", 290.
Now, Runnison does a great job making 2 players miss, and this is where the Aggies have been really good, is being able to get the running back out in space and see Logan Fife able to deliver a strike while taking a hit. So did his running back Runnison take a hit as well from David Hobbs. But not before 9 yards was picked up on that first down.
Handoff goes to Runnison. Hobbs there to make another tackle. Runnison, the junior out of El Paso, Texas. Hasn't carried the ball much this year. Just 29 carries, less than 100 yards. Did a lot of work here in the first half against Tennessee.
Being the bigger back out of Staley and Callaway, with the injury to Callaway, Runnison seems like the bell cow between the tackles.
We'll have the first down to the 40. Hobbs again. Bohemian. Runnison getting to know each other on this drive.
That's the 3rd straight tackle on Hobbs and Runnison.
He said, he's like, Coach, I need a break.
And it was funny because we were talking about the bye week and asked Tim Banks, what does his defense work on and needed to improve on? Well, tackling was the first thing Tim Banks said when we see David Hobbs He's been able to tackle very well against Redison.
Out to the 35, inside the 35, on 33 goes Redison again. Colton Hood along with Colton. They're going to make the play, and that'll get us to the 2-minute timeout. So we'll step aside. Aggies trying to get on the board here. They trail by 3 touchdowns.
No one word can describe the sweet, tangy, zesty fusion of Zaxby's Asian Sensation menu. So I made one up. Sensation.
That is not a word. That's a word.
You heard the lady. The Asian Sensation menu. Who's got the sauce?
Time doesn't make something timeless. Standards do. So if you want your name to last forever, you have to build your legacy one step at a time.
Your ED could be in your head, but for too long, generic ED meds have just been focused on half the problem, giving no thought to the spark in your brain that sets things in motion. That's why we made Rugiet Ready, an ED med made to work on both brain and body. It's formulated to optimize your body's natural response and dissolves under your tongue, so you're ready fast, so you can finally get out of your head and get ready.
To make True South, we make the road our home. Waking up early, staying up late, chasing smoke, listening close, in pursuit of the perfect cheeseburger. True South, presented by Yellowwood, Thursday on SEC Network and the ESPN app.
Look, if you're an executive, this shirt is a must-have in your closet. I was tired of floppy collars and shirts with sweat stains, so I got this shirt I saw on TV, and now I don't have to worry. I got it shipped in no time, and I switched from regular polos to this immediately. The brand is called Collars & Co. They make a regular stretchy golf shirt, but the top has a firm collar on it. I got rid of so many problems by upgrading to this. No dry cleaning needed anymore. I'm free from uncomfortable long sleeves, and the collars stay stiff all day. Get 20% off today using code TD at collarsandco.com.
This year, Workspace Upgrade is on a lot of holiday wish lists. So whether you want to treat yourself or get a gift for someone special, now is the time to shop the Berry Holiday Sale to save up to 25% on some of our best sellers, including standard desks, office seating, and accessories that are built to last a lifetime and elevate your workdays for years to come. Shop the Berry Holiday Sale right now and save up to 25%.
Welcome in, Dorian Watson. We will see you for the Auto Owners Insurance halftime report. OU Alabama about to start the second half. A&M making a little history. The boot stays with LSU. What are you seeing here?
A little offensive unevenness from the balls. Yeah, not totally clean. No penalties, but 2 interceptions. Yeah, good.
It'll get tough. It's been tough. See it happen.
See a couple. Here's Fidel over the middle. Pass is caught. That'll be a first down for the Aggies if they get it inside the 20-yard line down to 19. Gain of 15. Aggies have all 3 of their timeouts remaining. Well, the way Tennessee's moved it, though, you don't want to score too quickly here. On the near side, that one's incomplete. Over the head of Fidel.
For New Mexico State, I'm expecting them to get the ball back out into the running back's hands very quickly on the perimeter. They've had some success with that already in the first quarter, early on in this quarter. Try to pick up some positive yardage to make it third and manageable if they're not able to pick up the first down.
Check it down at 10. Play fake it. To the outside. Jordy Malone Bradford. Get hit by a couple of balls. Jalen Murray will get credit for the first hit. Now 17 out of 26 for 140 yards. Third down and 6.
There's your pressure opportunity in the red zone when the team is threatening. You usually see the Tennessee team try to heat them up to push them back further and force a longer field goal and get the ball out of the quarterback's hands quickly.
Pressure comes. Fine stands in there, throws to the end zone, and almost caught. Jordan Malone, Bradford. Colton Hood back there in coverage.
One-on-one dynamic job by Colton Hood. Puts his hands up and able to separate the ball from the receiver. Malone had an opportunity there. Not able to come down with it. Excellent job by the top DB on this volunteer defense.
And they have matched him up with opposing team's top receiver all season long. He's held his own. Here's the field goal from 32 yards out, and it is good by David Barker, the 27-year-old freshman from Queensland, Australia. Put New Mexico State on the board. Having to take over the kicking duties and Ryan Goff, who was having a good year, 15-21, got hurt, and so Barker, who was listed as a backup punter, having to take over the kicking duties. Tennessee now will get the football with 3 timeouts and 1:25 on the clock. Tennessee has racked up 235 yards of offense. This is a team that came in averaging 504 to lead the country. They're third in the country in scoring. Nate Lewis, Star Thomas back deep for Tennessee. This is returnable. Nate Lewis. He's hit at the 20. Boy, that was a big collision. Quincy Davis able to get that special teams tackle for New Mexico State. Nate Lewis, boy, if he gets a little bit of room to run, he is a track star.
Quincy Davis coming in there like a submarine or a missile fired at full tilt.
I don't think he felt that in the track.
Not at all.
Winning state championships.
I don't miss returning kicks with guys like that anymore.
Star Thomas gets that handoff.
Tennessee offense going to have to move quickly right around that minute mark. They're trying to get points up. Got to start getting a little bit more aggressive throwing the ball downfield.
4-man rush. Aguilar dumps it off to Thomas, and he can't hang on to it. Well, stop
You
it.
do it.
56 seconds to go before halftime.
Yeah, he had Greengrass out front. That's probably what he was thinking about. Not being able to see the ball all the way into the hands and to the tuck. And that's a big missed opportunity by Star Thomas. And this Tennessee offense has created third down.
They'll go empty to Star Thomas, spits out wide. Now he comes back to the right side of Aguilar. Throw the flush to his left. He's to the 30, shy of the first down. Corey Gathers makes the tackle. Tony Sanchez on the far side wants to use one of his timeouts. That is Schmidt-Goki, who has been involved quite heavily here in the first half from his defensive line spot, down with an injury. Joe Morris, the defensive coordinator, telling us he is our anchor on that defensive line.
He's already been able to make his impact, Phil, in this game early on, having an opportunity to pressure Joey Aguilar off the spot.
So this Tony Sanchez timeout works. He needs to stop the clock anyway because he wants the football back. It also avoids that 10-second runoff. So that worked out well for the Aggies. It's 4th down and 2.5, maybe 3.
That's where that Star Thomas drop, the incompletion stops the clock, and then you get a stop on third down. And for Coach Sanchez and his crew, they try to have a little life as they were able to put points on the board the last time they had the ball. Try to create good field position, be smart with it. Try to get some points in before you go into the locker room.
DJ Pride back to return this punt. DJ averaging a little over 3 yards per return this season. Jackson Ross. Line drive, end over end. Boy, Tennessee gets down there in a hurry.
No chance for a return.
But the Aggies do have the football. See how they want to handle this with 38.
I can tell you one thing, boy. Tennessee got the lead unit over there.
Going 5-17 of 27, 140 yards. And 1 interception today.
I expect Jonathan Papel to be the guy to be able to try to push the field or push the ball downfield. Their go-to receiver, you need a big play. That's typically the guy that's been able to deliver. Try to at least get you in field goal range.
They will hand it off and go with Dijon Stanley. Cody Sanchez will take another timeout. This Tennessee defense.
Timeout, New Mexico State. The second of the half, 30-second timeout.
They
Set the game clock to 33 seconds, 3-3.
They came in with 30 sacks on the year. That's 4th in the league, 7th in the country. 65 TFLs.
Thank you.
That was top 10 in the country as well. But only 1 sack today. They do have 5 tackles for loss.
Yeah, part of that is the style of play that New Mexico State is using offensively. The strategy of getting the ball out of Logan Fox's hands quickly so he doesn't have to hang on to it. Try to get the playmakers out of space so that you don't have opportunity for negative plays against this really, really good rushing defense.
There's Arion Carter, not available today. It's going to be a game-time decision. They warmed him up and just decided it was best to sit him this afternoon. Carter, 63 tackles on the year. Quick slant. That one is caught, but just for a few yards out of the 35 to the 36. Give a 4. That's the bell. Capel makes the catch. Wallets for immediately by Andre Turrentine.
Timeout, Tennessee, their first of the half, 30-second timeout. Please reset the game clock to 9 seconds.
Tennessee might want to try to do something here on this 4th and 1. They get a nice return. Maybe get a block, miss snap, something to create some havoc before halftime.
Yeah, force that to happen. Also, from New Mexico State's perspective, you probably don't punt this ball into the field of play, force it out of bounds. You just got to be careful not to shank it out so that you get actual field position gain. But you don't want to risk a big return here by giving it to one of the most dangerous people on the field in the punt time.
They put a second back on the clock. DeJuan Morris will stand back at the 15-yard line. Remember, no Luke Carter today as well. Their normal punt returner out with an injury. No rush. That's the punt. As Tony Sanchez was saying, angle to the sideline. That's exactly what it did. So Morris with no opportunity to return that. 3 seconds are left before halftime. Joey Aguilar, 9 of 13, but 2 interceptions today. Let's have a touchdown pass and 126 yards through the air. Aguilar.
It's only had about a first half of it.
Streak going.
That running game looking good, though. I ain't gonna lie.
200 yards passing in his games. in every FBS start. 33 consecutive games, he's thrown for over 200 yards. Handoff gets nothing for Bishop, and that'll do it for the first half. So the Vols with a couple of touchdowns in the first quarter, add another one in the second, and they lead it 21-3 behind 240 yards of offense. The Aggies been moving it decently, 164 yards with just 3 points on the board. On a salute to service afternoon on the 101st edition of Homecoming. Here, let's go down the board.
Coach, you emphasized taking care of the football coming into this one. How would you assess the way our offense is playing?
Good enough job. Joey Flies moving in the pocket and misses one over the middle of the football field. And competitive play down here where balls inside, we got to go attack it. We got to take care of the football.
Your defense, though, has held them out of the end zone. What can they build on in the second half?
I think they've done a good job. Structured winning at the line of scrimmage, getting off the field on third downs, held them with one field goal. We need to go play here in the second half.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, thanks, Morgan. 21-3 our score here at Homecoming. Time for us to get it to the studios. Star, Chris Benjamin. Guys, it's all yours.
All righty, guys. Thank you much. Time now for the Auto Owners Insurance Halftime Report. Dari Doring Watson, and you see it 21-3 so far. Outside of two Aguilar INTs, which isn't nothing, obviously. It's been a pretty smooth first half for Tennessee.
I mean, you should be dominating the game based upon the opponent. I think, you could tell Josh Heupel was a little frustrated with the offensive execution there, turning the football over a little too much, not finishing drives as often as he'd like to. But these are the type of games that you have to be extra focused. Coming off a bye week, the disappointing loss before against an opponent you should beat easily. See if they pick up the intensity in the second half.
Yeah, Tennessee is a team you usually think of against a lesser opponent as having a hiccup. They usually come out in the first drive, score touchdowns. Usually you got to pull them back when you get towards, the halftime mark. But the two interceptions, it just has been kind of so. The more concerning part, I think, when you talk about the interceptions, is the fact that this is back-to-back weeks. Back-to-back games, I should say, for Aguilar with interceptions. So that's something that will be concerning for this offense.
Yeah, 21-3 at this point. A lot going on today, even in the early part of the day that we're around the SEC. Let's show you a historic game for Texas A&M, and not historic in the
Man, that brother Marcel Reed is something special, though. You hear me? That second half was insane.
First half at home against South Carolina for the third-ranked team in the country. It's 20-3 with North Sellers to Nick Harbor, and once he gets by you, you are not catching him.
BB, it's almost like he has a
Man, who the heck is that dude? Damn, that's a big dude.
and cleats is all you're going to see from behind Nick Harbor.
Harbor 102 receiving
It's a big dog on receiver.
30-3. It would take the largest comeback in FBS this season if the Aggies were going to win. Reed and 8 Borkicher. Reed 439 to the air, 298 in the second half. A&M in the fourth completes the comeback. E.J.
Unreal.
Smith, 4-yard touchdown. Second half, they outgained.
Damn, what's that? 430 yards today. Wow.
71 yards to 76.
Damn.
They stay unbeaten, but not by much. Not only is this the largest comeback in A&M history, it's the first time since at least 2004 that an SEC team rallied from as many as 27 down to win a conference game. Entering today, those teams were 0-286 when facing that situation. This was equally exhilarating for A&M and, of course, heartbreaking for South Carolina. Marcel Reed, part of it. 3-touchdown afternoon for him.
Belief. We talked about all week how, we couldn't become complacent, but we also talked about how we didn't want to become comfortable at all. And in this situation we were in after the first half, we weren't comfortable at all. When we talked about it in the locker room, everybody met up in the middle, and we said we weren't going to lose this game. This team is amazing at making adjustments. Since we got in the half, we talked about how, physicality travels with us, but it has to be at home too.
We have an identity of who we are. If we play to our identity, we're a good football team. If we start thinking that's not who we are, if we start thinking we're something else, if we start trying to play a different way, that's not us. That's not who we are. We're a blue-collar team. We're a physical team. We're a team that has to control a line of scrimmage. We're a team that has to play with a lot of energy, and we just weren't doing any of those things in the first half. And I think the vibes were good. All things considered, the vibes were good. The kids believed we were going to come out and win that game in the second half, and whether they really did or not, that was the energy in the locker room. And then obviously, we made some plays early in the second half to get the momentum going, to get the crowd going, and then from that point, it just kind of spiraled in our favor.
Where do you, if you're trying to assess A&M, are you more excited about the second half or concerned about what we saw in the first?
Yes.
Read them.
Yes. I mean, I think it's both. And really, honestly, you and I laughed about there was no halftime speech necessary. This was not about halftime adjustments. This was about looking in the mirror and saying, let's execute. Let's do the things that have gotten us to this point in time where we're on the cusp of becoming 10-0. Drop passes, missed field goals, errant throws. There were all the opportunities there offensively. They just weren't making the plays. And as soon as they came out in the second half, things started clicking. Marcel Reed got into a rhythm, both throwing the football and using his legs, and that offense scored on 4 straight possessions, and the momentum swung quickly in that game.
It's one of those things that is difficult to explain what happened to A&M in the first half. It's also equally difficult to explain what happened in South Carolina. I mean, this team averages 294 yards total in the game. They get 312 yards in the first half alone. Marcel Reed hit a bunch of explosive plays, and then Harbors are the receivers, and so they look totally different. They had to be really happy, but a championship level response by Texas A&M to be able to go in at halftime and come out going 4 straight scoring drives. And also Reed throws for 203 in the third quarter alone. And so definitely one of those games that leave your head scratching, but you got to be happy to get a win in Texas A&M.
Just to illustrate the dominance in the second half, Texas A&M had more points than South Carolina had plays, 28-26 in the second half. Their defense did their job as well.
That tells the story. All right, what about what's going on right now in Tuscaloosa? Alabama sitting there on an 8-game winning streak. Oklahoma, you don't want a third loss, but this will be a tough place to get that big win for Brent Venables' squad. Ty Simpson picked up by Eli Bowen, and Bowen goes all the way to the house, and Oklahoma with a 10-zip lead at Bryant-Denny Stadium.
Along with defense is starting to exert himself a bit these last couple of games scoring on defense.
Alabama then. Daniel Hill into the end zone makes it 10-7. He's been a nice fight. 10 carries, 48 yards. Tough to bring down a 240-pound back. Ensuing drive, John Mateer.
He just like himself.
Yes.
Like before the injury, not only running the football here with tough yardage, but the throws he's made as well. That confidence level seems to be high here.
So Sooners restore the 10-point lead. Next drive, though, Simpson to Josh Cuevas. Has he become a dangerous weapon? Also the Washington transfer with DeBoer, like Jeremy Bernard. Second half, moments ago, 7 plays, 75 yards. Hill on the direct snap into the end zone. And Alabama takes the 21-20 lead over Oklahoma right now as they are midway through the third quarter.
So they don't look now. Alabama has a little bit of a run game going, 57 total yards on the ground. And the key is protecting Ty Simpson, who's under pressure.
349 yards of offense Alabama has so far midway through the third quarter.
All right, we'll keep you posted on what is happening there. Oklahoma has the ball. We'll keep you posted. All right, meanwhile, Ty Redmond, what a play. What a pick. Rocky Top. Sing it. They're up 18.
This halftime report is presented by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
Football gave me confidence. It gave me my best friend. A team that counted on me every time. A place where I could just have fun. And a chance to get better at everything. I learned how to lead, how to show up every single day. How to play for something bigger than just me. Ready to play? Your team's already waiting. Go to featuresforfootball.com to find a league today.
If you still haven't heard about Bond Bau's jeans, you are missing out. Bond Bau is the #1 premium denim company in comfort and style. Their jeans have dynamic stretch technology to provide absolute flexibility and make them perfect for everyday wear. The denim comes from some of the best denim mills in the world, so their jeans look great and last a very long time. They are probably the most comfortable jeans you'll ever wear. Head on over to montanbau.com for the perfect balance of fit, style, and comfort.
Do you enjoy women's and Olympic sports? The SCORE Act will support them. Here are the facts. The four major conferences spent more than $2.3 billion on sports other than football and basketball in 2024 and produced 381.
But he always has a purpose. Do you believe that?
Aguilar dumps it off to his third option, Bishop, and Deshaun trying to stretch out for that first down. Quincy Davis able to get him on the turf, but he's going to be a yard shy. Picks up 9, 4th and 1.
He's being aggressive here.
Dang, all of a sudden, Oklahoma game got good
See
too.
the sugar huddle where they're going to break out of it very quickly and run a play as fast as possible to try to catch this defense off guard.
Fourth and a yard. Give this to Bishop. Right into the middle of that pile. Let's see if he's able to get the first down. And they're going to give it to him. First down ball.
Sometimes you got to be your own blocker. Go in there, make your own hole to be able to pick up a first down. And when it gets tough, that's when your feet accelerate quicker through contact.
Deshaun, 13 carries, 70 yards. We'll take a breather for a moment.
What in the hell happened to do today? God almighty. Man, that is an ugly beating down, bro.
There is Thomas.
Jesus.
Brought down after a game of a couple. This LaSalle, the redshirt sophomore defensive end. A long drive in terms of play. This is play number 10 coming up for Tennessee. Thomas breaks a tackle.
Oh, touchdown. Yes, sir. Yo.
Incredible execution. Star Thomas being able to run the outside zone and have some lead blockers out in front. The wide receivers picking up great blocks. And a great feel for the hole. And once he finds that open space, he accelerates all the way into the end zone.
Max Gilbert. Connects to the one after. Remains perfect in his career. With Star Thomas, who spent 2 years in New Mexico State.
Familiar with a couple of these guys. Able to find the crease. Showcase his dynamic ability and speed all the way into the end zone.
Coach, incredible win. What was the key to victory?
Well, the Sonic Smasher, no doubt about it.
Okay, but what makes the Sonic Smasher so great?
I think it'd be the hand smashed Angus beef, the melty cheese, and of course the Smasher sauce. We're talking the tote right here.
The tastiest of all time.
Give me the QB1 with burgers. The sooner, the better.
Thanks, Coach. I'm Laura Rutledge, reporting from Sonic, where football goes to burger. Cordia.
Welcome, Mrs. C.
Yeah, they want to.
Don't let anything stop you. Let's fly. The Mercedes-Benz Holiday Love Celebration has the very latest in style, safety, and tech.
Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy.
Let's do this!
It's country music's biggest nut. The CNA Awards. Performances by Riley Green, Randy Carlisle, Kelsey Ballerini, Brett Clay Strait, Kenny Chesney, Megan Maloney.
This is for my fans.
And one of a kind collabs.
For Album of the Year.
Song of the Year
Entertainer of the Year.
goes to.
The CNA Awards live Wednesday, 8/7 Central on ABC and next day on Hulu. Look closely at this truck. You'll see hard work, a great adventure, and so much more. Inside and Out, it's designed for the family, the road trip, and the most demanding job. The Ford F-150. It's time to see Ford in a new light. Right now, get an F-150 with 0% financing for 60 months, or at least one for $349 a month for 36 months. Only at your local Ford stores.
You wake up with questions, so ask Eyewitness News this morning.
Start of the fourth quarter. Alabama leading by 1, but Oklahoma has led through most of the day, poised to reclaim the lead at the 10-yard line. Second down and goal. Keep an eye here on play action. This is the down where it comes. So if you get heavy play action, you might try to sneak Deion Hurts right at the middle. Corey Blaylock lowers his head. It is down at the 6-yard line. Big play call for Ben Arbuckle. Along with it being on the left hash, if you have the option, move your quarterback if you want. Your quarterback's a great runner. If you want to run him to the right, you can do that. You can get some time out there and allow these receivers to operate scramble drill. With 2 out of 9 on the third down. Gutierrez pulls it down. And cannot escape. Got a yard to the zone. They were ready for the quarterback run. Xavier Brown, Keon Sabb up from the secondary. And Sam Bell come on to try to get Oklahoma the lead again. And watch too, Gutierrez's eyes downfield the whole time. If he actually is able to execute this RPO, we might have had a chance. If you look at it right here, he's got it
Damn.
wide open. There in the back of the end zone, just couldn't quite get it out in time. So 2 for 2 today. He's made
Draw lost some points on the board there.
I mean, we were talking to Tony Sanchez about that issue, and like even it's nothing he can do. Just kind of chuckle about it, but he goes, I've littered FBS with a bunch of players over the last few years.
Yeah, and specifically within the Southeastern Conference as well, several prominent starters have come from this school that have now gone on.
With this list after this, I'll give this list of guys that right now are heavily involved in SEC schools. Passes caught there by Lapel. But former Aggies right now, 3 of the top 9 rushers in this conference are former Aggies. Mike Washington is at Arkansas, is 4th. Seth McGowan in Kentucky is 8th. Diego Pavia is 9th.
Some pretty good people. Yeah, that's coming from New Mexico State and Las Cruces.
Third down and 7.
Get the ball out quickly. Tennessee showing pressure.
They're bringing the house. 5-high throw, and the catch is made by Donovan Papel. There is a flag back in the backfield. Tennessee's got a couple defenders with their arms up in the air like we didn't do anything kind of motion.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, Sweeney defense. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
That's Bryson Eason. Oh, what a catch by Papel.
Yeah, Papel went up and climbed that ladder. You see Logan Fife under pressure, stands in the pocket. Ball is delivered a little bit high as he's hit low for that roughing the passer. But Papel does a great job of going up. Bobbles isn't able to maintain the catch all the way through to the ground to pick up the first down.
Quick hitter to P.J. Johnson, the third. He's close to the 40-yard line. Jeremiah T-Lander there on his play. Logan Fife is a young man that played sparingly at Fresno State for 4 years. Didn't see any action at Montana early last year. Then in Game 5 got the start against Eastern Washington and just balled out. 30 of 42 for 364 and 5 touchdowns. It really hasn't looked back since.
Really good football. Just taking care of it. It's the big thing for him.
Outside, Jackson Owens. He's hit it right at the 40, give him a couple of yards. Ty Redmond there. He's been very
What's that? Sleep there for a minute.
secondary for Tennessee. Look at Tony Sanchez, a former wide receiver at New Mexico State. He's one of 12 head coaches at FBS coaching at their alma mater. So Brown goes in motion. Quick snap to find. Oh, did he just get rocked? Jaden Perlotti just met Fife in the hole and won that battle.
Holy my goodness. Talking about bringing the wood. That's what Perlotti is able to do.
You shit, I'm out the right there, broke down the draft board. Who's that, number 27?
Have a chance for a first down, and that chance was taken away swiftly once number 27 on the defense showed up.
Might have watched some tape on that, brother.
Just a super athletic kid. Got his first start against Kentucky.
New Mexico State on the first of the half.
Mexico State wants to take a timeout on fourth down, but Perlotti, well, that's going to be played over and over and over again.
You want to talk about physicality? It's setting the tone on a play. That's how you do it. Third down. Quarterback thinking he has a free right of way into the first down. Perlotti shows up and lays the absolute hammer on Logan Fife.
So Logan's all right, trying to shake that one off. Well, how about Texas A&M rallying from a 30-3 deficit at halftime to win against South Carolina, Alabama, and Oklahoma are in it in Tuscaloosa in the fourth quarter. We're going to LSU kicks the boot again. Kentucky hammering Tennessee Tech, and don't forget some of the really good ones coming up tonight. Georgia and Texas are between the hedges. Logan Fife back in the game on this fourth down and 4. Pressure comes. Passes away and incomplete. Trying to hit Brody Malone Bradford. That'll be incomplete to the Tennessee defense. Stands tall and forces a turnover on downs.
Injured extra. It changes the energy on the field and off. It changes the expectations. It changes the game. At Regions, we celebrate the extra that makes
Last season, he was questioned for several. Why didn't you go for 2? We're going for 2. Wrapping those seconds. They're going for dose. They got it. Chris pays off. Those seconds. Always go for dose. An ice cold Coca-Cola is perfect, but only at Sonic can you get a free Coca-Cola that's perfect for you with endless flavors like cherry, vanilla, jalapeno, coconut, and cream. Create a Coke your way, any size, any flavor, free for a limited time, only at Sonic. Yahoo! Come on, we got to bring it home. Get it on time.
Someone once said, whether you think you can or think you can't, you're right.
How are you doing?
Great.
Agent Will Trent.
I am great. Aerial coverage from Bob Bryant Denny Stadium, brought to you by Goodyear, tried, tested, and proven legendary. 69 degrees here in the clear skies. 11:38 to go. With a 2-point lead.
defense has carried the offense. Latier can't go anywhere. Jordan Renaud leading the Alabama defense. He's fired up about it.
Sean Sooners quarterback John Latier leading with confidence on the sideline. He just gave a passionate speech to his offensive line and said, make them quit. Score here, take away their confidence for good, and make them quit in this game. And Sooners players tell us they always feel they have a chance because of the quarterback.
He's a fiery competitor. He's on the target to Jamani Gibson for a first down. 11-yard throw. That doesn't look like much, though. But from the far hash, it's not an area of the field that the defense is often going to cover. So to throw an out route that far away, you're going to have a lot of soft coverage. But here takes advantage and makes a nice play. He says the thumb injury, the recovery from surgery is no longer an issue. And it certainly looks that way with the way he's been throwing the ball. It was obvious the velocity had come back up in the last game against Tennessee. Xavier Robinson. Would you concur with the quarterback expertise? Does it look like he's back throwing the ball as he did or this close to it again? Very much. There have been a couple misses, but for the most part, the velocity is there. And the ball placement continues to get better every single week. Said he benefited from their bye week last weekend, went home for a day, but also worked on his mechanics, got some extra reps. The offensive line gives a lot of time, dangerous throw.
Woo!
Diving interception attempt by Nakai Hill Green. He was trying to force it back to Jerry Cannick, the tight end. And very dangerous here as Cannick is well covered too, but it looked like the outside in corner might have a chance at it. He took the ball away where Nakai Hill Green was waiting. The potential reeled in was set up now at 3rd and 6. You're looking for Satania. He's your go-to guy on 3rd down. He's your most reliable weapon. He's a guy targeting, and he's lined up in here in the slot. Not good for the year on 3rd down and worse today. 2 out of 10. And there's 207 yards of offense by the end of 2-point lead. Latier, quick throw and a strike for a first down to Javani Gibson. 15 yards completion of the transfer from Arkansas Iowa. It's an excellent job by Latier. He sees the pressure off the left-hand side. He knows it's unblocked. He has to get rid of it. He throws a strike to that void in coverage and converts another big 3rd down. Latier's 15 for 23 for 138. No TDs, no interceptions. He's rushed for 31 and a touchdown. Xavier Robinson. And they are right now in field goal range for Sandell. There's John Latier's mom, Judy. It's tough, isn't it? To be a parent, can't even imagine. But also the sense of pride and everything. What a terrific young man. He's from Texas. Dallas Fort Worth Metroplex. Along with his family. Look like inside, boy, does he have great feet.
Ooh.
Still on display as he's down inside the 34. Great move there. I mean, so nifty.
That man got good footwork.
Besides t-shirts, Rush Order Tees also offers customizable sweatshirts and hoodies, polos, hats, activewear, fitness apparel, team uniforms and jerseys, mugs, pens, and bags. Visit rushordertees.com today.
You eat clean, work out, and track your health, but you're setting yourself up for failure in your office. A bad chair might be undoing all that you do. Time to upgrade to an Anthros chair. Research shows the real foundation of a healthier sit is pelvic support. That's why our patented precision posture system supports the upper and lower spine independently. The Anthros chair is built around the true science of sitting. Fixing how you sit is the easiest healthy habit you can build. Try the Anthros chair, risk-free for 60 days.
Well, this was good news while we were away as Wendell Moy got up under his own power and walked back to that Tennessee bench and went right into the injury tent. And Morgan is down there, and I'm sure she'll give us an update as soon as she finds out some information. Another adjustment on that Tennessee offensive line. It will be second down and 7.
Uh-oh. Woo! Oh, man, he had it. Dang, dude.
Matthews had it for a moment, but not long enough.
Boy, that would have been pretty if he had completed that.
Actually does a great job of sticking with this play all the way down to the ground. Able to get a PBU before Matthews is able to haul that in. That's tremendous coverage one-on-one downfield. That's what you're looking for. We haven't seen Aguilar throw downfield much. That's a great job by that defensive back.
By the way, Jason Perry, who's been a starter at guard, slides into that spot, left by Boyd. Handoff goes to Bishop. Jamal Thompson Jr. on the tackle. It'll be 4th down and a couple here for Tennessee. Tennessee, they are 1 for 1 on 4th downs. Over the middle.
Good pass.
1st down, Tennessee. Ethan Davis making the catch. His 9th of the season.
It's a really difficult catch, too. Ball was placed behind him. Ethan Davis does a great job of adjusting it, being able to contort his body in midair to pick up that 1st down.
He had like 5 catches, 62 yards against Oklahoma 2 weeks ago. And off right side. Bishop cuts it back. Aguilar was trying to set the edge, but Bishop cut it back inside. Nate Mitchell with that tackle. I was like, come on, man. I
was about to say, how about Joey Aguilar becoming your lead blocker?
I had to see it. Trust me.
Right.
Yeah, you say that like a running back. He's had a quarterback.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've had a fair share of disappearing lead blockers in my day.
2nd down and 8. Stiff on one defender, but couldn't get away from 2 more. There is a flag down.
Personal foul, face mask, 74 offense, 15-yard penalty, 2nd down.
Umarov. A nice face paint today, huh?
You typically don't see a face mask on the offensive side of the ball either. That's a tremendous penalty. So you're nearing into the red zone. Pushes you back. Got to open up the playbook a little bit differently now. You see, he tries to grab it. His hand just gets too high on that defender as he's trying to block it. The referees are right on it. Caught it as it happens.
Unless you got to have a big face mask, a lot of offensive linemen, you got to show everybody that face mask and all that time on it. Aguilar all day to throw and dumps it off to Bishop, who gets walloped at the 28-yard line by Quincy Davis. Boy, now Bishop slow to get up.
That Quincy Davis, we saw him on that kickoff flying through like a missile. He does the exact same
man,
thing.
get your ass up.
It's the exposed ribs of Deshaun Bishop.
Be all right, shake it off.
I tell you, you and I were talking about rib protectors a little while ago. He doesn't have any, and it just makes you wonder, like, do we need to start wearing them? But you, as a running back, said they were not very much fun for a lot of reasons.
Yeah, and it kind of where the ball sits as the ball carrier, it rubs that padding and it makes it very uncomfortable and makes you feel also a little wider below it on TV, so the players don't want to look like they're bigger than what they really are in a negative way, as he's up under his own power. But yeah, it's uncomfortable to wear that kind of flat quarterback jacket underneath your pad.
Seems like it'd be easier to get the ball popped out there too.
Oh, yeah.
So it's not tough against your body. You don't feel it.
You don't feel it. Yeah, exactly. You don't feel it. You played running back a day or two in your time, right, Dave?
Yeah, man. When I was like 8.
Let's go. It counts.
Then they put a weight limit on running backs, and that was it for me. 3rd down. 3-man rush to dump it off underneath. Chris Brazel slides underneath the potential tackler. Here comes a flag at the end of the play.
It was dope on the Mexico there, bro.
Steve Marlowe, our referee.
Personal foul, face mask, defense number 21. After distance to the goal, automatic first down.
Rodriguez Brown with the face mask will give Tennessee a first down inside the 10.
You're going to see right on the left side as he's trying to take on Chris Brazel. The second he grabs that face mask. So obvious call there. Now they've traded face mask penalties.
Ninth play of the drive. Handoff goes to Peyton Lewis. He's down to the 1-yard line.
Yeah, who the hell is that now?
Now it looks like
Good God, dude.
also on the ground.
Looks like this. Peyton Lewis is trying to make his way into the end zone. Kitselman's blocking. He got hit at the same time.
Boy, you get Ethan Davis back from injury a couple games ago, and Miles Kitselman. It gives you a really good 2 tight end combination. The Vols have had to work with here the last month.
You see Kitselman on the right side is trying to pick up a block, and Peyton Lewis goes right into the sideboard of Kitselman, and he feels it immediately.
Well, we've got a second. Don't forget, coming up when we are finished here, Missouri hosting Mississippi State in the final game of our triple header, also available on the all-new ESPN app, so you can watch it wherever you may be. Mississippi State, well, they've been a tough luck team, 5-5, but 1-5 in the league. Missouri 6-3, 2-3. Mississippi State's probably going to look back on this, and they left a couple of wins out there on the field this season. But still, you can definitely tell the Jeff Levy effect of Mississippi State right now. Like it feels like they have turned the corner.
Absolutely. He looks completely, this team, Mississippi State looks completely different. You talk about close games. They've been a part of that. They had to go their way. It looked completely different.
Arkansas had a chance for their first conference win today, but came up just short on the road at LSU. We wonder what's left for Florida. They get Ole Miss tonight.
Damn, circle on the record is horrendous, dude.
They just did not look good against Kentucky. You just wonder how much they got to give the rest of the way.
Yeah, it's something that surprised me, the way that Florida team showed up. And he's also turning a new leaf. They look a lot better since the switch to Cutter Boley, and he's playing some tremendous football and have been playing differently. I mean, that Kentucky team put up 34 points against this Tennessee team. It goes to show you the kind of offensive identity that has changed for Kentucky.
Of course, Tennessee will be down in Gainesville next week, and we'll wrap things up in the regular season against the Vanderbilt Commodores. That one should be a little spicy. The Doors and the Vols this year.
Matchup, maybe. Football champions.
Yes. Second and goal. And it off left side and nowhere to go for Peyton Lewis. Torrey Gathers making a stop. It'll be third down and goal.
Zaggy defense hasn't conceded a touchdown yet. They're playing aggressively, but be alert for Joey Aguilar trying to keep the ball in this game.
Give it again to Lewis. Second, third effort. Did he get in? No sign yet. And now they give him a touchdown.
Yes, sir.
Judge on the near side raises his hand. Touchdown, Tennessee.
Tremendous efforts there by Peyton Lewis. Appears to be lunching.
Minnesota disappointed me bad today, bro.
That second, third effort fighting his way. You see his bodies across the line. There, you can't really see where the football is.
They just got down early and did his best to try and get back in that game, but they couldn't do it. Still down 17.
Touchdown for the Tennessee Volunteers.
Max Gilbert. Again, splits the uprights to the point after. But boy, that was a drive that costly for Tennessee. Several players going down. 35-3, our new score here at Knoxville. Well, time to talk about this week's secret recipe brought to you by Bush's Grill and Beans. Tennessee has found the end zone via the ground today.
Yeah, and that's been a focal point for what they wanted to emphasize. And it's been a host of ball carriers that have gotten involved. You saw Deshaun Bishop at the beginning. Joey Aguilar showcasing his wheels and salute to serve his game. Then we got to see Star Thomas going up against his former team, being able to use the outside zone to his advantage. And Peyton Lewis just now goes in there to be able to add on another rushing touchdown for this Tennessee offense.
4 rushing touchdowns, 1 passing touchdown today. You wonder at what point Josh Heupel wants to start running some guys out there, save some of these bodies.
Yeah, you have to. You mentioned costly drive. 3 of their starters ended up having to come out on that last drive.
Josh Turbeville to kick this one away. Talked about these injuries. Let's get an update with Morgan.
Well, running back Peyton Lewis currently on the table right now. The last ball to come off, he was pointing at his left ankle. Miles Kitzelman, tight end, joined left guard Wendell Boyd in the injury tent. Kitzelman had to be helped off the field, and Boyd, they're taking a look at his left leg, left knee area, guys. But certainly things you don't want to see with 3 starters going to the injury tent.
That is a tough blow. Speaking of injuries, Logan Fife got rocked on the last drive, so now they're turning it over to Adam Devontae. The redshirt sophomore out of Gilbert, Arizona. Gets it to Gavin Harris, tied in. Devontae started in Northern Arizona, then transferred to Arizona. Now has found his way to New Mexico State. Has thrown just 1 pass this year. One of 42 transfers on this New Mexico State team. 15 is 42 from FBS schools. 54 new players overall for Tony Sanchez. Hands it off to Isaiah Runnison. Tyree West will get credit for that tackle.
David Hobbs is also mixed in there. I don't know, for some reason, 37 is like a 5 magnet, right? Yeah. Runnison has the ball. Hobbs is somewhere finding the ball.
Hobbs leads this team, by the way, with 8 stops today in Tennessee. Batted in the air. This one is going to be picked off.
Good night, Mr. Anderson. Yo. Damn. Woo-wee.
Welcome to the game, Adam DeMonte. Welcome to this Tennessee defense. Tips and overthrows, we always hear about it. The defense says they have to have it. William Wright does a great job of being able to be aggressive, stepping in front of the receiver.
Man, listen, one of the best calls, head coach, I'll put their ball on the bench. Let's see if you can get out that backup over there. Damn, that got beat down on the day.
Good. 42-3. Our score. 124 to go. So William Wright, the fifth-year senior out of Nashville, hadn't played a whole bunch this year. 6 tackles on the season. Gets the pick 6 for Tennessee.
Incredible job by that young man, too. Just being able to see it up in the air. Taking it all the way to the grid. Let's take a look here from the bird's eye view. You get a chance to see the ball's tipped right at the line of scrimmage by Tyree West. And then William Wright says, oh, this is my opportunity to take advantage. And he does exactly that. He plucks it out of the air, takes it all the way to the crib. As a young kid say, 6'7", 6.7 with the extra point right there.
I knew you'd work that in at some point today.
I'm not young, though.
I know. Well, that's a tough break for Adam DeMonte. What looks like a simple throw.
Yeah.
Turns out to be a pick 6 the other way.
It's your first opportunity in the game. Your first pass is a completion. Start feeling good about yourself. That tip happens. Cornerback takes it to the house. Your mindset changes just a little bit.
Man, they know how a lot of guys banged up tonight.
Tennessee came into this one having lost 2 of their last 3. They lose 37-20 at Alabama. They wallop Kentucky 56 on the board against the Cats. And then, of course, Oklahoma, a heartbreaker. They lose 33-27 to the Sooners. Not get out of the college football playoff discussion. But as Josh Heupel said to us in our meetings, you know what? And you even said in the open, it's like, if you're here to play just for the college football playoff, then you're in it for the wrong reasons. You want to be able to play every Saturday, enjoy the game, enjoy the sport. And it seems like there's some enjoyment on that sideline for Tennessee right now.
Absolutely. It's all about showcasing your abilities. All film is good film, and the opportunity that you have to step on the field, you never want to take for granted because you don't know when the last time it is that you will be able to play. And so go out there with every opportunity to showcase what God has given you. Really be the best version of yourself and always continuously trying to improve.
Well, we saw Jake Bortlinger getting loose, the redshirt freshman quarterback from Savannah, Georgia.
Yo, that look like my aunt, bro.
We'll see if they give Joey Aguilar one
They eat that most evil one of all the aunts.
or not. Here's the kick.
That's how I used to go around state. I used to be on dog on 900 degrees up in that bad boy.
So, New Mexico State will try to regroup after that interception.
There's Waldo.
Waldo, baby. I mean, you know where he is.
I do want to add something too, Dave. I doubt we see Joey Aguilar, but you mentioned a streak that he's had as an FBS passer. He's 3 yards away from 200 yards passing.
He's done that in every FBS career start, going for 200 or more yards.
He's 3 away, 197 right now. And Josh Heupel knows that.
I would hope so. Somebody's got to tell him it's the longest current streak in the country. He did keep alive a streak of throwing for a touchdown. It's now up to 21 straight games. Gavin Harris. That'll be incomplete.
Surprised. New Mexico State has kind of gone away from the screen game, especially for the running backs. We saw it work pretty effectively in the first half. Haven't seen it much since the start of the third quarter.
Just 19 yards on the ground for the Aggies. The reason they would throw that to the outside. TK King on that reception. And another third down coming up for New Mexico State. They are 5 for 13 on third down conversions today. They came in at 41%. Good enough for third in their conference. Boy, DeMonte just walloped as he crosses the 30, got to the 34, so it'll be 4th and a yard. I got to think New Mexico State might want to let this clock wind down. And let that be the final play in the third quarter. And that's exactly what they're going to do. A quarter dominated by Tennessee. They outscored the Aggies 21-0 in the third period as they pushed their lead to 39. Homecoming.
Damn, that's up.
That was a festive opportunity. Starring Thomas with one of 4 rushing touchdowns, and of course, the big 6 by William Wright.
Sure, this dog pointers might as well just let Joy sit the rest of that half, bro.
Dress, how you feel?
Shoot, they got big enough lead.
It's hard to
Yeah, Doherty won't stop smiling.
No.
Up it for a week straight.
But I mean, now again, now that this SEC race to Atlanta is
Wow.
good.
Wow.
first down on the 4th and 1. They went with the big back. Run is a 6. He converts barely. Here's Devontae on the run. Throws. That's a man wide open on the near sideline. Did a nice
Called.
job down there by TK King to stop and come back and make the catch. 39-yard pickup. Boy, nobody was even near him initially.
Not even close. DeMonte does a great job of being able to extend the play in order to get TK King open as far downfield as he was. That's the biggest game that we've seen from this offense in quite some time.
Monte over the middle. That pass was caught. TK King, another catch. He's inside the 10. It'll be first and goal Aggies. Well, I saw Willie Martinez, the defensive backs coach. He was probably the closest guy to TK King on that near sideline.
I'm not quite sure what happened on that back end. It appears there was some miscommunication. Either the safety or the cornerback was able to cover TK King, and now we see DeMonte seems to have his favorite target as he goes back to back to King.
Lost it up to the end.
Oh! Woo! That was almost another pick, bro.
Yeah, they bring the house, so it's zero coverage, man-to-man on the back end. Great job by Caleb Beasley. That's textbook. Right hand on the receiver, left hand swatting the ball, being able to knock it away for an incomplete pass.
Beasley was a 4-star coming out of high school, #1 recruit by many in the state of Tennessee his senior year. Well, that's Tyree West, slow to get to his feet and off the field. Tyree, the senior out of Tifton, Georgia.
Damn, Tennessee defensive front getting banged. Oh, boy.
4 sacks on the year for Big Tyree. He's like he's more frustrated than hurt.
Yeah, he's an integral part to the success that this defense has had. You mentioned the 4 sacks, the TFLs he's been able to accumulate as part of that rotation in the depth. He's been a tremendous ball player for that defensive line right now.
It'll be 2nd and goal from the 9.
Hold on, let me refresh that real quick.
Trying to pedal out of it and falls to the turf. Caleb Herring got the start, his first career start today. Along with David Pilati in on the action.
Yeah, you see the entire offensive line pushed into the lap of DeMonte. DeMonte has nowhere to go. See him goes. He tries to back out of it and loses his balance. It's a great job by Tennessee providing that pressure. Expect to see that again on 3rd down.
Official time here. Somebody they called timeout.
Where the ball is spotted. Here's when his knee goes down. It's right around
the 20, maybe?
Yeah.
The ball carrier was down at the 20-yard line. It'll be 3rd down at that spot.
Yeah, I don't think Josh Heupel liked the spot too much, but that's where it is.
Officials got it sorted.
3rd and goal from the 20.
It's not ideal for the offense. But here's an opportunity for them. I still think they need the ball out quickly, maybe a screen, trying to use the aggressiveness of Tennessee against them and get it open space.
Pressure comes. Pilati puts pressure on DeMonte, and he just throws it away, and there's a flag now.
Intentional out, I believe.
She looks so disinterested right now.
Steve Marlowe, perhaps about that particular violation.
They can discuss it, maybe multiple things.
Yeah, there's going to be a flag for that, maybe a flag for something else in addition to the grounding.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, 27 defense. Intentional grounding, offense number 14. Penalties all set. Third down.
You'll see they bring the house, try to get the ball out of his hands quickly. Hands come up to the helmet of DeMonte, which was the roughing the passer. There was no receiver while he was in the tackle box, which explains the intentional grounding.
Saw the trick there by Steve Barlow. We had a backup flag buried in that back pocket.
Buried in his finest.
Third and goal from the 20. Pressure off the edge. DeMonte saw it, throws, pass is caught, but inbounds or out of bounds? They're going to say,
and he's inbound.
Yeah, catch is made inside the 5, but you still got to score the touchdown, but at least it'll be 4th and goal if this holds. Gavin Harris with a nice catch.
Take a look on the left side as Gavin Harris nears that sideline. Here's his left foot is still on the ground. He's catching the ball. Closer look.
Looks to be a flag. If you see that replay, it looks to be a flag on the near side. That would be picked. It was at the 20 on the line of scrimmage.
I think it was offside.
Offside. Defense in the neutral zone for snap. Penalty is declined. 4th down.
So it'll be 4th and goal from the 4. So we're going to have 4th and goal from the 4, 3rd down and goal from the 15.
It'll be 4th and goal
from the 4.
Yeah. There's no guarantees. You see that knee is inbounds, foot is inbounds as well.
So here we go. On 4th and goal from the 4 to the end zone, passes.
Oh boy. Damn. Turn over on downs.
The Vols get the stop. 12:03 to go. All Tennessee here in Knoxville.
I checked Allstate first, saved hundreds on my car insurance. Unfortunately, I didn't check to see if anyone was watching before I stole cotton candy from a child. Checking Allstate first was really smart. Not checking the Jumbotron, not smart. Well, at least I checked Allstate first and saved hundreds. Was it worth it? Yeah.
Every idea you love began as nothing. Just a flicker on a screen, asking a simple question. What do you see?
Zaxby's just dropped new lemon pepper, so you can get that zesty lemon and cracked black pepper flavor you love on the chicken you love. Lemon pepper fans, this one's for you. Zaxby's lemon pepper dry rub. Who's got the sauce?
Touchdown! They settle for overtime or try to beat their rival now with a two-point attempt.
Go for those.
Last season, we was questioned for second. Coach, why didn't you go for 2? We're going for 2. After those seconds, they're going for dose. They got it. Risk pays off. Those seconds always go for dose.
The primary lesson I learned from all my years in football is about teamwork. That is something that really been important to me.
It brings people together. For those of us who chose to play, it's community right there. Football's given me a platform. Football's allowed me to compete at a high level. I think it gives you a great escape to go out there and compete and just to do what you love.
Football teaches you how to deal with pressure, but the most important thing that football teaches you is how to get up once you get knocked down.
SEC football is presented by Sonic. Create a free Coca-Cola your way. Any size, any flavor. In the Sonic app. And be part by T-Mobile 5G home internet.
Torchbearer on homecoming 2025, the 101st edition. 42-3 our tally. Logan Five got the start. Turned it over to Monte. Joey Aguilar back in the game.
Why is Aguilar still on the field, bro? What?
For the 34th consecutive time.
Oh man, y'all need to damn let that man sit this quarter out, bro.
And they knew. You asked me if Josh Heupel knew that.
The head coach, you need to sit that man down, bro. You don't need for him to be out there. You've been up like what? 38, dude? 38, 39, so around there.
39 straight games, 2006 to 2009. Working their in quarterback now, and Spain's out of trouble. Talk about getting your feet wet in a hurry. It's bounced around like a pinball. Completes the pass to his tight end, Jack Van Dorsel.
I know from a yardage perspective, not much happened, but for him to have the awareness to keep his eyes up, stay on his feet, and still not make a negative play worse, that's pretty impressive coming in there cold like he did.
Justin Baker in at running back now, the true freshman. There we go. That one's incomplete. Jake out of Savannah, Georgia, 6'3", 215. Played 3 games this year. The last one was against Arkansas in the fourth quarter. In the home opener versus East Tennessee State, 9-14, 118 yards, couple of touchdowns in that one. For his career, 18 of 31, 220 yards. Couldn't pick up the first down, so they'll bring on Jackson Ross to pump this away. Jackson averaging over 44 yards per kick this year. That's a career high for him in terms of average. TK King back to return this. King makes a couple of balls, miss, turns the corner out. Oh, hit it. That's going to draw a flag. Boy, Josh Heupel was right there, and did you see his body language? He was like, "No, you didn't."
Right.
Yes, he did.
It happened. Let's go through the late here. Free 15 yards after the penalty. TK King does a great job of getting the ball. He's clearly out of bounds 2-3 steps, and he gets unloaded on the sideline.
After the play, personal foul, hit out of bounds. Kicking team. 15 yards on the end of the return, first down.
Josh Heupel, though, was ready to make the play himself. Looked like he was squared up, got a good athletic position. His club out in front. Time out on the field.
The college football playoff begins December 19th and concludes with the national championship January 19th on ESPN.
Guys, Coach has something to say.
If you two can't share a menu, our season is over. So we're figuring this out. Not tonight, not tomorrow, now. You're the original. And you're a new flavor. Pretzel, bacon, pub sauce. You're smash. And you're sizzle.
You're the game plan, and you're the game changer.
That's right, gentlemen. Let's give them heck.
Introducing Pretzel Bacon Side Smasher.
All right, Tim. I got all your policies here. Okay, nice.
But what if... Covered. Nice. But what if... Faucet? But what if... Tim, I customized your insurance so you wouldn't have to ask what if. It's simple human sense. Oh, nice. Ask your independent agent if auto owners make sense for you.
What if? Good to go.
America, are you sitting down? Southwest is introducing assigned seating. Assigned seating.
Assigned seating. Assigned seating.
I can choose my seat.
That's why it says assigned seating. Plus, extra legroom seats.
Now we can sit together on the plane.
We have to.
No. I can't believe nobody's ever thought of this before.
Oh, yeah. 'Twas the month of November, and all through Bob's stores were weekly unboxings of savings and more. For Unbox Week 2, you'll bustle to Bob.
For a best-selling sectional that's totally well. With wireless charging and hidden storage, featuring a treasure trove of accent pillows and totally modular design in 2 stylish colors. At just $2.50 per piece, the possibilities are endless. Unbox major savings every week in November. Oh my God!
Bob's Discount Furniture.
Tennessee with the big fourth quarter lead. In 2 balls, Chris and Colin Brazel brothers. Growing up in Midland, Texas, they make it their tradition to spend every Thanksgiving season giving back through their local church. Well, this past week, they brought the tradition to Knoxville, even bringing their parents, Chris and Monique, to be a part of it. Together, the family volunteering with the Second Harvest Food Bank of East Tennessee and its mobile food drive, distributing over 38,000 pounds of food to feed over 600 families this Thanksgiving holiday. Really rooted in service no matter where they are, and showing what it means to be a true volunteer, guys, on the Salute to Service Week.
Yeah, great story on the Brazzers. As there is a sack by Tennessee. Marvin able to get that one. Another one for Tennessee, their second, so they're up to 32 on the season. And another TFL for this defense. That is number 7. Tennessee's had 3 straight years. They're looking for 3 straight years with 100 tackles for loss. Up to 67. Oh boy, some big collisions there. Lorenzo McMillan on the carry, the 5th-year senior out of San Bernardino, California.
At this time at the end of the game, it's clearly out of hand, 42-3. But this is where you get an opportunity to showcase what player you are. You may not have gotten a ton of reps up to this point. So whenever you get your opportunity, you make the most of it. As Lorenzo McMillan was able to do just that.
And you never know who's watching.
Yeah.
Pressure comes, quick slam. Capel with that catch. Capel with 8 catches today. Picks up 11 with that one.
Strike delivered by DeMonte as well, standing firm in the pocket, reading that slant, being able to deliver it right to Capel.
4-man rush this time. DeMonte has all day to throw, but nowhere to throw it. Runs out of the pocket, decides to keep it himself. He's to the 5, lowers his shoulder, and is blasted out of bounds. A huge hit from Montrell Bandy, the defensive back.
You can see him lowering that shoulder. DeMonte thought about trying to dive into that end zone, but ultimately, Bandy says, not happening today. Boom, big hit. Pylon goes down.
Timeout, Tennessee. First of the half.
Feeling the effects of that one, he can take a breather and realize that shoulder is not feeling well right now.
30-second timeout.
Quarterbacks typically aren't in a position where they have to be the aggressor on run plays. Typically, they're either sliding or trying to protect the body. Here's a reason why. Because they're not used to being hit in that format.
Tomorrow afternoon, we have a
done.
volleyball doubleheader
Later,
presented
sticks
by
on.
Sprouts Farmers Market. As 19th ranked Tennessee hosts Oklahoma at 1 o'clock Eastern, New Central, followed by Vanderbilt and Mississippi State. From Starkville, both are right here on this very network. Of course, you can always catch it on the ESPN app. The all-new ESPN app. Well, DeMonte still grimacing in pain. He's going to line it back up, though. He could, if it sits, he can smell the goal line. It looks so close, but yet so far.
It was a tremendous individual effort. But yeah, he paid the price for
Hand it off here to the right side to McMillan, and he gets stuffed at the line. It is just. It's not that New Mexico State doesn't want to run the football. They just have a tough time doing it. They have 69 yards a game on the ground. Today they have produced a paltry 18. Now they have thrown for 274. Again, handoff right side goes to Isaiah Runnison, a big back, and he says he's in, and there it is. The arms go up. Touchdown, New Mexico State.
Yeah, Robinson does a great job of trying to keep those feet dry, and he twists and contorts his body after contact, rolls over as he's still on top of a volunteer defender, which helped aid him in getting the Aggies their first touchdown of the night.
David Parker takes the point after he hits the upright and no good. Remember, he is filling in for the injured Ryan Hawk, normally a punter. But the Aggies do get the touchdown on the road to make it 42-9.
Love it here. SEC Network.
Your drive time will be approved 99% of people who applied. I got approved! With no credit hit.
Yes, sure, thousands of amazing car options under 15 grand.
Okay, DriveTime. This is a commercial. Go get your real deal at drivetime.com.
Look at us, all stressed before we even get dressed. Let's take a little time off to go off on brunch. Into the
tackle for New Mexico State.
Oh, shit.
Looks like David Hobbs is going to wind up leading his team with 9 tackles today, with 5 solo stops, 2 pass breakups, a quarterback hurry, and had some big-time collisions with Ruddison, the running back from New Mexico State today. I'd say maybe 6 or 7 of those tackles were against that one guy.
Exactly.
Ball up top, and that one's incomplete. I'll stop it with 5:49 to play before Rodarius Jackson, another true freshman, ran out of Memphis, Tennessee. Well, Texas A&M, I'm just thinking about the league right now, overall the SEC. If Texas A&M doesn't rally, think about the wacky scenario the next couple of weeks.
It would have been incredible. I mean, even with Oklahoma winning, some of those scenarios are still in play, obviously. But yeah, it's been a crazy Saturday. I mean, so many different games unfolding. That's why we play the game. You never know until it's the final score.
Fair catch called for at the 12-yard line, so the Yankees will have it there with 5:42 to play. But I mean, it's just another. Think of the one-score games again today.
Right. It's incredible. It's incredible. I mean, you still get a chance to see what Mizzou and Mississippi State have for Texas. Georgia going to be a matchup of epic proportions. We already saw South Florida lose to Navy by 3 points. It's been a shakeup. Memphis was losing to East Carolina. I'm not sure if that game went final, but the playoff picture is ever changing. Late in November.
Lorenzo McMillan will start this drive in the backfield alongside Adam DeMonte. Get a couple. Not the cleanest game today for Tennessee, but I think one that's good to be back on the field. We've got 2 rivalry games coming up. You go to a place next week for Tennessee down in Gainesville where it has not been pretty for Tennessee. So that's second down. Bell with another catch. But yeah, Morgan, I mean, like yesterday meeting with Coach Heupel, he was talking about, like, don't count anything out the next few weeks. Left side goes to the bench. You know, it's frustrating for Josh Heupel because he was talking to us yesterday. You kind of sense it that these games are so close, as we talked about. That it's 1 or 2 plays a game that is the difference between a win and a loss. I think we got situated with Morgan. Let's head back down to Morgan right now. We got a second.
We got to start with the technical difficulty there, but Coach Heupel telling us yesterday, he almost called it, saying things are going to get really messy down the stretch in the SEC. We've had so many of these one-score games here this season, just our crew alone. And then you look at what happened around the SEC today with Oklahoma having the upset over Alabama. There's still so much football left to be played, so much that can really happen, and still a lot to be determined in these final CFP rankings.
Yeah, I think one of the things that's happened with the college football playoff is we've taken some attention off of the conference championship games a little bit, but the race to Atlanta in the SEC is wild and wacky. Wide open. That one is shot. That may be a backwards pass. is incomplete. And Jordan incomplete forward pass. But here's Tennessee's remaining schedule. Of course, they will host the Commodores here. And, you know, when Vanderbilt rolls in here, there could be a lot on the line for them as well.
That could be a playoff opportunity moment or a SEC championship appearance opportunity before the Commodores. And that would be a matchup to see between these two teams this late in the season.
I was talking to Diego Pavia in the offseason. I was at Tim Corbin, their baseball coach's office, and Diego was in there, and he's gotten to know the baseball guys a lot. Anyway, so Diego and I just having this long conversation, and one of the things he says to me on the way out, he asked me if I did the SEC championship game. I said, no, that's for Chris Fowler to handle that, but I do it on radio. He had nothing. I said, I do it on radio. I've been doing it for years. He goes, well, I'm going to put on a good show for you.
Let's go. Calling this shot.
And I laughed. I chuckled. But here they are with at least an outside shot.
Got a chance.
Goodman out of the backfield making that catch. You know, there's confidence. There's cocky air. However the word is, but Diego Pavia, 9 times out of 10 backs up everything he said.
I like it as confidence because he's been able to back it up. If he wasn't doing it, it'd just be talk. It'd be arrogance, but because he showcased what he can do, and he's done it now for 2 years straight. Vanderbilt, he did it at Mexico State. It's confidence for sure. That seeps out his point.
TJ Fry with that catch, and you know if they roll in here, they've got a lot on the line. This crowd will be off the charts.
Absolutely. And it'll look just like the Oklahoma game. Yeah. If you saw that just from the TV perspective, you knew it was a packed out here game.
Look, there are a few places like Neyland Stadium in the world, and I mean that literally in the world. There are a few places where there is a conference game going on in this building. I don't know where else we want to be. Brody Malone Bradford couldn't haul it in. Raylan Beasley back there in coverage.
See these guys still battling it out. As Malone Bradford just couldn't come down with it. The top coverage. They're able to get that breakup. Poteet in his opportunity to showcase his coverage skills and abilities downfield in a one-on-one opportunity.
Timeout taken by Tennessee.
Timeout, Tennessee.
Bunch of
30 seconds.
players that haven't probably seen it. Many snaps this year, trying to get things situated and lined up with 2:14 to go. Tennessee scored early in the first quarter. A couple of rushing touchdowns. This was Joey Aguilar showing you that's running still. He bounces into the end zone for his third rushing touchdown of the game. Star Thomas, the former New Mexico State Aggie, pushes it in. Peyton Lewis getting it on the action. The sequence kind of barrels his way. And then how about the pick 6 from William Wright? (42-9) our score. What do you think Josh Heupel how he'll feel about this one today?
Well, ultimately, you got to take care of the football. The 2 interceptions are unacceptable. They ran the ball better, but I'm sure he still wants to see a little bit more from them as they finish up conference play against Florida here in 20 weeks.
They got the rushing average up again. Remember, they really struggled in that department. They averaged just 1.9 yards per rush against Oklahoma, 3.3 against Kentucky in the last 2 games. Today, they're averaging 5.2 yards
2-minute timeout.
per carry. That is our 2-minute timeout. We head back to Knoxville right after this.
Extra. It changes the energy on the field and off. It changes the expectation. It changes the game. At Regions, we celebrate the extra that makes the SEC the definition of excellence. while our team goes the extra mile so your financial wins keep coming too. Extra changes everything. And Extra is our ordinary at Regions, official bank of the SEC.
Football gave me confidence. It gave me my best friend. A team that counted on me every time. A place where I could just have fun. And a chance to get better at everything. I learned how to lead, how to show up every single day. How to play for something bigger than just me. Ready to play? Your team's already waiting. Go to futuresforfootball.com to find a league today.
How about that 2 for $25? You get one app and 2 entrees, like our new grilled cheese cheeseburger. Sound good, anyone?
Smart kid. Applebee's 2 for $25. One app, you get 2 entrees.
Love that. So for Mom, I was thinking.
I thought she didn't want anything.
Oh, like when she says she doesn't want any fries?
Your sheet's full of fries.
Exactly. What if we get her the new iPhone 17 Pro at AT&T? We can get the best deal without needing the most expensive plan.
Good call.
And you know, she loves her selfies.
Who's that?
Well,
The new iPhone 17 Pro on us. The most powerful iPhone yet. Most expensive plan not required. Your idea.
Damn, dude.
It's deep fried Thanksgiving. This holiday, get cookie fries for $49.99 at Blackstone Tree Run Grills at $299.99.
For 5-star backyards, Yellowwood brand pressure treated pine. If it doesn't have this yellow tag, you don't want it. 42-9, our score. Just 2 minutes remaining here in Knoxville, Tennessee. Tonight, after our primetime matchup between Mississippi State and Missouri, we'll have SEC football final with Dari, Chris, Benjamin, right here on the network. They'll take you through the biggest stories of the day, break down all the games. It's also available on the all-new ESPN app. There is no better show that recaps SEC football than that one right there with those guys. It is. I'm so tired when I get home from some of these games, but I can't go to sleep till they're done.
I can't either. That's how awesome it is.
New Mexico State. They were kind of hoping for a bowl game this season, hoping this might be a 6-7 win team. But they've had some difficult losses.
6-7.
Yeah, I did. Oh my gosh.
Oh, he did it again. Stupid. This man caught the fool, bro.
That's the stuff that's why I don't like that stuff.
Right.
I walked right into it and didn't even know it. Well, for Tony Sanchez, obviously, this is going to be a tough one. Disappointed. It's not like he couldn't move the football today. He racked up over 300 yards of offense, but when it mattered, Tennessee kind of put the clamps on him in critical moments today.
Critical moments for DeMonte. They're trying to see if they pick up this 4th down conversion. But to your point, take care of the football is one thing that New Mexico State needed to do. Thought they went away from the quick screen game to the running backs a little too early with the success that they were having. But still something that Coach Sanchez is able to build off of.
Logan Fine, by the way, we saw him. He finished today 23 of 34, and it will be Tennessee football. That is Logan Fine, new father. My understanding that he brought his wife and baby to this game.
Yeah, how about that? New father. It's a completely different field to training camp. And then you have the kiddo during that time frame. Going through the dog days is something different. You know, you got a new kiddo.
George McIntyre getting some work here. 6'6", 195. Well, that's a big old boy out of Franklin, Tennessee.
His rear protectors are like right.
His chest. That's how tall he is. George McIntyre, of course, the grandson of former Vandy head coach George McIntyre, nephew of longtime college football head coach Mike McIntyre, still coaching up some college kids. And you know his mind is all about football.
Absolutely. Okay, it's wasted.
He's catching that snap off to his left. That should do it. So Tennessee is going to go to 7-3. With Florida and Vanderbilt on the horizon.
Boy, that was a good game.
State will drop to 3-7. And for the Aggies, UTEP and then Middle Tennessee to finish out the season. But this Tennessee team racks up 411 yards of offense. They put up 42 on the board, which is just a 1.5 shy of their season average. And happy to get their final non-conference game under their belt. Let's go downstairs to more.
Coach, what were the small details that you were still emphasizing with the big lead here tonight?
Yeah, I mean, coming in, we wanted to do a better job taking care of the football than we did in the first half. I thought we came out and started fast in the second half, offensively and defensively. Defensively got some stops. Young guy gave up some yards, but all in all, we'll take it as a win and get back to conference play next week.
What will you take from this game and look to elevate in these final two games?
Yeah, at the end of the year in conference, you got to play smart football. You got to take care of the football. You can't hurt yourself. And so some of the subtle details in this one we got to clean up. Go finish strong.
Thank you so much, Coach. Congrats.
Thank you.
Thank you, Morgan. Josh Heupel and company. We'll get ready for those Gators down in the swamp. But a win here today. They got off to a quick start, never looked back, and they end up winning this one by the final score of 42-9. On the 101st edition of Homecoming here at Neyland Stadium on a salute to service where we had some F-35s flying overhead to get things started. The Vols win, and we'll go home happy. So for Fozzie Wicker, Morgan Hoover, the rest of
Well, I'll tell you what though, fellas. So shoot, Jordan went 17 and 23 on attempts, turned 4 passing yards. Shoot, couple touchdowns is like different power backs. Not a bad game at all though. Like only one receiver, Brandon Staley got one. Not a bad efficient night. Yeah, Master Turner was he had an awesome game though, bro. Well, I didn't like what the coach did there in the end, like putting him back in the game. But other than that, it was pretty good. Anyways, I'm about to get out of here. Like, comment, subscribe. Now, catch y'all in the next one.